How do, you damn dirty apes? Right, tonight, going to sit back, going to have a little rum and coke I'm on, and we're just going to chat shit about the outdoors. Got a few questions for our guests. Not going to waffle too much. It's been absolutely dire weather, and that's why I'm doing it on Thursday. I thought if it's nicer weekend, I'm getting out, so I don't know if I'll be able to do a Sunday chat. I'm doing disco hands again. So, yeah, Thursday night, hopefully a load of people will turn up. Yeah, good to go. As always, I am joined by someone that is so ginger. When his mum told his dad to get him ready for school, he beat him up and nicked his lunch money. Here is the one, the only wild ginger woogie, Bruce.
Not quite so ginger. Not quite so ginger. I'm trying to get away from that by getting old.
How you keeping?
Yeah, I'm good. I've actually had a week off this week, but work has been a nightmare, so I've just been getting on top of Christmas stuff and not getting out.
Looking forward to the break?
Yeah, well, I'm back to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, working Christmas Eve. We're doing a holiday hunger thing and feeding the little kids and playing games with them. It's all
very nice thing to do that. Hopefully people put their hands in their pockets when they turn up.
No.
Not the people that are hungry, obviously that's the object.
Yeah. Oh no, it's worthwhile, and it gives parents a bit of a break. We did it after lockdown, and it worked really, really well because obviously people have been actually stuck at home with their own children, and imagine the shock.
Well, I have a quick rundown in the comments series on board. We've got 36 watching on a bleeding school night, Bruce. Thank you very much, people. All the YouTube shite with buttons and bollocks, you know what you're doing. Well, Tim McGrath, hello. Sid Smith's in. Alan Maccabee, Lee Murphy, Bodcrafter, Chris. Boom Shanker, he's in. Yeah, my son's in again, get to bed. Alistair Hayes. Who else we got? The Finch from America. Hello, UK Carey Outdoors. Hello, Carey. Outdoor Coops, South Coast Outdoors, Jordan Banker, and Sean Explores, and Loafer X. Right, lads, lassies, everyone around. If I missed something in the chat, I apologise. It's starting to move pretty quick. I will be keeping an eye on it, as will Bruce. But with that, I will enter. I won't enter my next guest. That would be bad. I will introduce my next guest. He's been on multi-day camps up in Scotland, getting pee-wet through. He's even slept on a roundabout. He does canoe trips. And his latest endeavour, he can stick right up his overdupe. He's got a really hairy face and he dances like his arse is broken. It is John from JRP Outdoors.
How you doing? You all right?
How you keeping, mate? All right?
I'm very good, thank you. Yes, very much looking forward to Christmas. I break up tomorrow from work, so that's nice. So yeah, just very much enjoying a beer and being on here. So thank you for having us.
You're more than welcome, mate. Before we get going, and I'll give you a couple of minutes in a minute just to introduce yourself, let people know about your channel and all that shite. What the fuck was up with that dancing?
Well, it's only something I've learned recently. It's a warm-up technique. I don't know if you know the name Wim Hof. Most people do if you do a bit of cold water swimming. And it's the horse dance warm-up. And it just so happens a couple of people have stuck some music behind it and took the piss. So, yeah.
It was comical, mate.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did it for you.
Enjoy's a weird word. It's different.
I'm looking forward to seeing your challenge, to be honest. I know it's a big fat no, but I think push your boundaries, eh?
Yeah, it'll be a no. It's a definite no. So tell everyone.
30-second cold water challenge. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's right. I could do that.
I think you should do it. I think you should get it.
Well, I'm thinking of having a dip on. But I was talking to my dad today. Went for a dog walk, and he's thinking of going down his beach hut Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Because we're in tier 2, so we're actually allowed to meet up, which is awesome. But I was thinking of just jumping in the sea for a dip. Might take me kayak for a splash around as well.
Sounds good.
Doing it, but yeah, I really despise the cold. I properly hate the cold. I think it's just like years where I was a butcher, I'm just working in the cold all day long. If I've got any excuse not to be cold, I won't do it.
No.
You know what I mean? I'll just, if there's any way out of it. But yeah, I've got no huge aversion to it though. But the wild swimming thing is becoming really popular, isn't it? I think it's with the way people are getting all these SUPs and kayaks that come really popular during lockdown.
Yeah.
I think people are getting more reintroduced to lakes and rivers, which is a brilliant thing. So
I think as well for me, it was a case of like camping's been quite restricted this year, especially as we go towards winter as well, and it's finding something else to do. Especially for YouTube content, sometimes it's hard to come up with stuff. And I've seen Ash Outdoors do it a bit. Hayes Outdoors does it a lot, and there's a big following on Facebook of people doing it. And I just thought I'd give it a go, and I found it really enjoyable. So I just thought, ask people to give it a go themselves and see how they feel about it.
I know how I feel about it. It's cold.
yeah,
I'll have a quick rundown here while we're here. Where are we? Jordan Baker, Tuffers, Sam and Mary's Outdoor Life. Happy birthday, Sam. I know it was the other day, but happy birthday anyway. Jack Jeffries, Paul Mesner. Hello, sir.
Hello, Paul.
Black Dog, Hazard Outdoors, Dan Sheehy, Chris. I'm not even going to pronounce that because I'm half cut. Where are we? Scotty Day and Ash Outdoors. Music Man. There we go. Right, so tell us a bit about yourself, what your favourite sort of setups are, your camps, where you like to go, where you're from. That's
Me?
to you, John.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Favourite types of camps? I mean, I don't have a favourite type of camp per se. I do like different types of camping in different seasons. Summer camping is always good if you get longer days, nice weather. You can, kayaking and stuff has been really good for that. I do enjoy hammock camping when I can. I'm not much of a ground dweller like you chaps.
Don't blame you.
I
hate it.
Crawlies that I'm just not a fan of really, and a hammock is spot on for that really because you're nowhere near them. So yeah, but I mean, going up to Scotland and stuff's usually my favourite place. It's just getting the time, and I feel like it's only worth going up there for at least two or three nights rather than just doing a one nighter. Do you know what I mean? I'm just south of Manchester, so it's a good 4-hour drive up to say like New Galloway Forest, but that's pretty much my favourite place so far.
Only 4 hours.
If you're going camping for a few days, you don't care about the 4-hour trip. To be honest, it's just
it's 12.
It's the Highlands, but it's like 8-9 hour drive.
Yeah, it's 12 hours for us.
That's what sucks about this island, mate. It's a lovely, picturesque island, but getting everywhere straight away, I've got an hour and a bit added onto my journey before I even hit the North Island. It's a bit of a nightmare. Would you do the roundabout camp again, or something similar? Would you do it again? I
would do it again. I'd want to do on a different roundabout because I've done that one now. But and it was quite lucky that we found. I only found it on Google Maps. I thought that looks like a good roundabout to go on because I had a set of steps going into it. Where obviously there's like a CCTV camera in the centre of it, so you could pretty much guarantee there's some kind of flat ground where they've built around it or whatever. So that's what we went for. I'd like to do a different one, but yeah, it's a bit of a stab in the dark because some of them are just completely overgrown or just uncampable. But yeah, what about you? Do you reckon you give it a go?
Oh no, definitely. I'm up for anything. I'm much like yourself. I don't give a toss whether I'm on the beach, in the hill, up the hill, even a shelter. I don't care as long as I'm out. My go-to method, as most people know, I do love a hammock, but that's because they're the best way of camping, and everyone is wrong that says they're not. Yeah, but pretty much a bit of everything. Brucey, would you camp on a roundabout?
Yeah, I would. Actually, I was looking along the A12, and there's a bit of landlocked land, which is about 2 acres with a water source that's kind of like just got main roads all the way around it.
Oh, okay.
I was looking on Google the other day, and it's just like you can't get to it. There's just and I reckon it's going to be massively overgrown. But if you could hack your way in there, I reckon that would be a pretty decent camp out because no one will know you're there. It's not quite as small as a roundabout, but yeah, that sounds pretty good. Other than road noise, but
the road noise wasn't a big issue, to be honest. You kind of got used
nah.
to it, like that white noise.
Yeah, well, it sort of valleys down as well. So I reckon you're going to get a lot of the noise will get taken away by the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's finding somewhere to park my car that's safe and then tab it and run across the road and then dive into a hedge and see if I can break my way through. But yeah, I've
Definitely worth a crack.
Yeah, it should be, yeah. But then it's sort of, I don't really want to give the location away if it's any good. So.
Oh no, of course, Blade, not.
Yeah.
What we got coming down here then? Sean Explores, we've already said hello to. Jimmy's in. Hello, Jimmy from Lundy's Wild Camp and Bushcraft. Gents, go give him a look. He's got some nice shelters in the woods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird accent, but a lovely bloke and all.
Yeah, we've got Glenn Woodso Wisdom in as well.
Hello, Glenn. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Hope they can get to the bottom of it and all that shite.
Yeah, well, I might be doing a camp, or at least doing something on Saturday. We might be doing a camp overnight Friday, but it just depends whether his car gets through the MOT. So,
fingers crossed for you, dude. So, have you got anything big planned for this year or within the next year? I've got a few things planned. I'm looking at getting my little motorbike up and running and pissing off for a few days.
Are you aiming that at me again? Sorry.
Just chatting shit, mate.
Okay.
You start, John.
I'm not used to this. I need you to say my name. In terms of plans and stuff, I've got one camp hopefully next week. Weather depending as well, to be honest, because with Christmas coming up and stuff, I don't really want to venture out too far or whatever. But no main camps next year. I don't know what's going on with the pandemic, so I don't want to commit to too much. But I'm hoping to try and get to the Highlands next year because I've never done it before. I've seen other people's videos of the Highlands, and it's just absolutely stunning. I actually genuinely feel it's probably the only wild area that we're able to access around here. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like it's wild enough in England, especially.
I don't know, mate. The moors are pretty wild. Black Mountains, they're all pretty wild.
In terms of access as well, the places you go to drive to park up to then walk to, you're definitely going to see people. I do kind of like the idea of disappearing and not seeing a single person.
Yeah.
And I think the Highlands is probably the place to try and do that.
Well,
definitely, it is a stunning
Northern
place.
Fells as well. Sort of around Blencathra.
Right, okay.
So if you come down from Blencathra, you got Blencathra and Skiddaw, which are pretty popular in the Lake District. But then you've got trying to think, like Carrickfell. There's all the cock-ups. Have you ever heard of them? If you look on the map, you'll find there's three mountains called cock-ups. There's like Great Cock-up and Little Cock-up and Cock-up, which is just quite a funny thing to do. The three cock-ups in a day. And there's Willie Knot as well. If you can get all four in, you're doing really well. But that area, I walked all around there and didn't see a soul all day.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, just no one.
People avoid gingers, though, don't they?
It's true, yeah, but but I did a camp as well, and I dropped down off of the top of Skiddaw to that sort of side of Northern Fells, and there was just no one around. Didn't see a soul. So that's pretty good. You see people at the summits, but the rest of it just don't see anyone.
Well, that's not too bad. Not far away either. Yeah. So give a quick look.
There's one side of Scarfell Pike as well, which is like the most remote part of the Lake District. You just you don't want to hurt yourself there because they can't get to you.
No.
But,
yeah, I'm hoping I'll get a couple of multi-days in next year because I'm getting the itch. Definitely getting the itch. Don't know where, don't know what, but I'm packing up and buggering off somewhere.
Yeah. So I've got, before the summer, I've got 8 weeks of projects. Taking kids away, hopefully taking kids away if the restrictions lift after Easter. So I might be mountain leading on them. Well, I'll be mountain leading on 4 of them at least, but it just depends on what staff they've got. And then we've got winter skills up in Scotland, which will be Fort William probably beginning of March and end of February, beginning of March, something like that. I've done that like 2 years running, and that's a good crack. Let's get up in the big stuff. And if the snow was if the snow that's coming down now has a chance to like consolidate and pack down and stay up there until spring, that'll be amazing. You have some really
it's meant to be a cold front coming and all, isn't there?
Yeah, and just looking at the amount of stuff that's grown on trees, the amount of grapes and berries and all that that's grown this year, I think we're in for a pretty brutal winter. So if we can have a really hard winter and have a load of consolidated, packed down snow that's not going to avalanche, you're talking, digging snow holes and all that stuff. Top flight.
Fair play.
Sounds good.
But it makes navigation really hard.
Yeah.
You go, there's a dip here. Oh no, the dip's filled with snow, and I'm actually 40 feet above of where I think I'm going to be, and you can't even
all part of it, mate. That's the fun.
Yeah, it's the fun. Yeah,
ain't right unless it goes wrong.
Yeah, but with GPS it's easy, but with if you're just using an altimeter, it can throw you right out. But anyway, fun and games.
So what? You've got your a tent set up for that? I'll take it. You're not going to tarp it when you're up in the Highlands.
No, we usually stay at a hotel. So you just go out for the day, beast it for the day. Other than a possibility of snow holing, but we've dug snow holes, but we haven't stayed in them because the snow's it's not packed down strong enough. So you'll end up with a snow hole like inch above your face where it's all just collapsed, because you end up with spongy snow that just sort of squishes down as it warms. But I don't know that much about snowpacks, so
What about yourself, John, when you're up there?
I'm tempted to take my tent. I feel like it's a go-to default shelter for me anyway, personally. Like I said, I don't really like ground dwelling too much with a bivvy and a tarp, that and especially like wooded areas, just for the creepy crawlies. I don't mind if
mozzies are a big issue
like that, just to keep the drops off. But I think I'll take my tent up to the Highlands just because there's always somewhere to pitch your tent usually.
Yeah.
Whereas if you take a hammock, you got to find trees and all that jazz.
Yeah, and Scotland, you've got the right to roam as well, so you can just chuck it up anywhere.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Something I really wish we could have something like that in England, but is what it is.
Someone's asking, Bruce, if you've ever made a Quincy. That's boom shanker.
I've no idea what a Quincy is.
Yeah, what's a Quincy?
There you go, boom.
Awful.
I'm going to Google it.
You're not making stuff up. I hope it's an insult. Yeah. I do like the odd insult. I'll tell you what, that was a good weekend I had the other weekend. Meeting up with Rob, who was in the chat earlier. What a lovely bloke.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it looked like a nice one, that.
I mean, I'm not a big one for meeting up with strangers in the woods. It ain't really the thing I do. But he was an ex-squaddy, and he was a dude, mate.
Yeah, so a Quincy, we have done that. I didn't know it was called a Quincy. So basically, you put all your bags in a pile, nice and tight together, shovel loads of snow over it, dig into your bags, and then drag all your bags out and make an igloo, basically.
Right, okay.
Right.
It's sort of an easy way of making an igloo, but you're shoveling a lot more show than you think. So,
yeah, it sounds like a fucking lot of effort, that.
Anything in snow is loads of effort. Walking in snow is effort. It's just climbing in it.
Fair one.
It's cock.
Let's have a look, see if we've had any comments here that I've missed. I've missed them all.
It's called dogging up here, Nobby.
I've not even been looking at these questions here.
That's what I mean. It starts going quick, mate. And I'm not the best reader at the best of times. Let me know when you're at Norfolk from Hazard Outdoors. Want to escape from it. There are only 2 roads and they're both rubbish. I know, that's where my sister lives. And I do my damnedest not to go up there. Dutch Army Bivvy. come with bug nets. They do, mate. And, you know, Paul likes a bivvy, but I can't. Sorry, Paul. I can't get my head around being zipped into a bivvy. If you're taking a bivvy, take a tent, if that's what you want. Or sleep under a tarp. Getting in with wet clothes and it's just
So
they do serve a purpose.
Do you just have a shelter then and just kind of get into your sleeping bag and hope for the best?
Yeah.
Well, no.
It's a bivvy bag with
bivvy bag.
Yeah.
No, but a normal bivvy bag is fine.
You don't like bivvy bags, or do you use one?
I like bivvy bags.
Yeah.
I hate hooped bivvies.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. Hoop bivvies.
But I don't like tents. So, and to just have a smaller tent to me absolutely defeats the object of it. But I do see the point of it.
Or 2-man tents, even. I think even a 2-man tent can be a little bit claustrophobic for me.
Yeah, one-man tent is just a lie. It's just for hobbits. And it comes with a huge vestibule, just enough to put your boots in. And you're like, I've got a rucksack here. What am I supposed to do with that? It's like, yeah. But yeah, whoever you always like have to deduct a couple of people. A 4-man tents are probably enough for 2. 2-man tents enough for 1.
See, Ash has just said something I would have thought the opposite. He hates getting in a hoop too. I know it's hard work, especially when you get straight out of cold water. It's definitely going to be hard to get in the hoop.
Yeah. You need to work yourself up for that one.
You're a bad man, Ash.
Yeah.
This is a serious political show.
Political? Right. When did we get political?
Oh, mate, you ain't heard the questions yet.
Oh, shit.
Right, we're talking a bit. Do you want to do the questions now? Do you want to do them later? What? I've got 10 simple questions. Same as before. There is going to be a winner and there is going to be a loser.
Right.
And no one likes a loser.
That's right. No one likes me.
I'll do some questions. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Right. Join in at home if you like. Question 1. What is older, Gore-Tex or Mariah Carey?
Is it a quick fire?
Well, you can tell us your working. Show your workings, mate.
I reckon Gore-Tex is pretty old.
Yeah, she ain't young.
I would say Mariah Carey is older than Gore-Tex.
And what are your reasons?
Is a silicon membrane, which is quite hard to make.
But Mariah Carey is also half silicon membrane.
This is true. Yeah, because a lot of the silicon is used in the medical industry, and like the stuff that's like 100% to 98% pure is supposed to go to medical industry. Then anything below that goes to Arc'teryx, who's got the corner of the market on having the best Gore-Tex, apparently. So they say. And then everything else is divided up between North Face and Berghaus and whoever, all the way down to the cheaper brands. So.
Well, I think I'm going to get this wrong.
But
so,
I would say,
John,
Gore-Tex.
You now have to give the same explanation for Mariah Carey. Give us some Mariah Carey facts.
She struggles to sing. She's recently done an absolutely dreadful music video for Christmas.
Is she?
And I only know one song of hers.
Is it a
what
Christmas?
one's that?
I'm
and
not
can you sing it?
Before you ask.
The answer is Gore-Tex.
Really?
1969, and Mariah Carey was born in 1970.
69.
Yeah.
Close.
Wow.
Right.
1-0.
Yeah, because I know the army had it in the 80s, but.
Question 2. Which British lake holds the most water?
British. I think it's Loch Ness, because Loch Ness is the deepest, but it's probably some stupid trick question.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's one in the lakes, actually. I can't.
Good, this, isn't it?
Thelmere, is it? Something like that.
Right, sorry. Final answer?
I don't know. No, fail me. I don't even know if that is one, but I think it's in the Lake District. I can't remember.
You can always look at the chat.
Well, everyone's saying Loch Ness, so
That's because it is Loch Ness. And
Well
fun
done.
fact, Loch Ness holds more fresh water than all of the lakes in England.
wow.
That's
I
amazing.
think the deepest lake might be in Lake District then.
That's Loch Lomond.
Okay, I'm completely wrong then.
I'm going to draw a sketch.
No.
Hang on.
You're not completely wrong. What I need you to realise is, as I said to you before we started, a lot of these may be made up.
Right, okay. So you've not even done your research. This is just fantastic.
No, that one I did research.
Probably a
Right,
made up one.
yeah, while we're talking about Loch Ness, you know Nessie, right? This is your typical Nessie drawing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think the Nessie picture was? So the best explanation that I've heard. So I'll carry on drawing. Hang on. Oh God, that's just a terrible drawing.
Drawing round.
If you say, "Can you tell what it is yet?" you're banned.
Yeah.
Did you know?
That is not good anymore.
Right. So that what they think is when they took the photo, that picture of Nessie, they think it was an elephant. So at the time, P.T. Barnum was in Scotland. P.T. Barnum, the circus guy, was in Scotland, and they used to swim the elephants in lakes. And someone's taken a photo. Obviously, P.T. Barnum probably took the photo himself, and then started the thing about Nessie, and because they was all into freak shows and all scary stuff, weren't they? So possible. But I thought that was actually quite a good explanation for how the original Nessie photos were taken.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Wastwater. So I've looked in the comments. Sean explores Wastwater.
Wastwater's the deepest in England.
In England, not the UK.
But what about in Britain?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Question 3. What is officially the most dangerous animal in Britain?
the daddy Longlegs.
Right. Are you really going to go with that answer?
Well, yeah, because Ricky Gervais' stand-up said that it had the most potent venom or something, but it just has no way of excreting it or whatever.
Okay. He's gone with a ridiculous answer, Bruce, of Daddy Longlegs, which means you're probably going to win.
I mean, come on.
In the world, it's mosquitoes because they've killed half the people that have ever lived. But we don't have malaria in the UK. So it's probably going to be something like cows.
And Bruce is spot on. It is a cow. I hope you lot keeping score because I ain't.
Yeah, I should have said. I should have said horses. Probably they're pretty good at killing people. But I got it right, so okay.
I'm loving the comments, by the way. Some of the other
Wolverine bathing Dumbo.
Let's actually go through a couple of them. Right, so we got all the Wastwater one. That was a thingy question. Woman, that is, yes, I'll take it back. It is a woman. They're dangerous as fuck. Sorry, Carey. Cow, adder, wasp, wife, squirrel, mosquito, bees, adder, snake, pit bull. Good shout, Paul. Wolverine bathing Dumbo.
Dr. Shipman was bad.
That's quite a good one. Humans, badger. Coochie is still in the chat. He's the gent that came out of me last week. Hello. The wife after seeing how much I spent on camping gear.
Yes.
But Dr. Shipman has got to win that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well done, Glenn.
Hello to anyone new that's come in and joined us. Right. Oh, I can't believe I wrote this one down.
God.
Well, I did. The little man with the Charlie Chaplin moustache, like to point a lot, Austrian, lived in Germany a long time ago. Why did he try to ban marriage between gingers?
Because he wanted to keep them for himself.
Is that your answer?
Well, because we're like the supreme being, aren't we? We're like way up there, like supreme Aryan race.
Wouldn't have won many wars in the Caribbean, would you?
No, but you can't get any more white than a ginger, can you?
What about you, John? Why do you
I
think?
haven't got a single answer for that. I don't even know where to start with that question, to be honest.
So why did
there is an actual answer?
There's an actual answer to why he wanted to ban gingers.
No, ban gingers from marrying. He didn't want to ban gingers.
Marrying.
Just gingers couldn't marry.
I mean,
marry each other or just marry at all?
I believe two gingers marry each other.
Yeah, I'll go. That's wrong. That's just weird.
is it because they don't want a ginger kid? I mean, that's
You're part way there. I mean, do you reckon they're like magnets when you put the poles together?
Yeah, well, they're like foxes. They're very territorial. You're not going to get two gingers in the same room anyway.
Well, and when they're at it, it looks like a set of hazard lights going off and all, doesn't it?
Be like shagging your sister. It's just
it's just wrong, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, alcohol-free
What
beer.
is the answer to this?
Tastes the same, but it's just wrong.
Because he thought it would lead to deviant offspring.
Fair point.
Not my words.
It's fair.
So, it turns out he weren't all bad after all.
No. A bit too late for an apology, not me.
Right, moving swiftly on. Oh, that's that one out of the way. Do you want to carry on with these, or do you want to come back to them later?
Entirely up to you. What do you think? What do you reckon, Bruce?
What do you reckon, chat?
What's this? Sorry.
See, look, someone got it. Evil offspring.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. Could get another beer.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, evil
Who's
offspring.
calling me a gingerphobe? The Dorset Piper. I am not a gingerphobe. Far from it. This will be overwhelming. And here come the ginger jokes.
No, it's fine. Fine. You can't be racist or anything, but you can still pick on gingers and fatties. It's fine.
Well, it's like that. I've just read a comment there, and it reminded me of a joke. If you want to know what it's like to be a ginger, walk a mile in their shoes, and then you'll know what it's like to have no souls.
Terrible.
That's great. Keep going. Right, carry on.
Someone in the comments.
It's just I haven't got
gingerists. Oh, I'm getting the flack now.
They only smell so the blind can hate them too.
Oh,
that's Craig Webster. Right. Back to normality. What is the most common tree in Britain? I'll give you a clue. The second most common tree is the English oak.
Silver birch.
Johnny's going for silver birch.
Stab in the dark. Sure, Bruce has got some kind of like broken down answer here.
No, so I'm just thinking.
Trees.
It's probably going to be something like hawthorn or blackthorn.
Well, what's your answer?
Hawthorn.
Pick one of them, Bruce.
Blackthorn.
Bruce picked blackthorn. The answer is birch. So they were both wrong. Bruce, you're a double loser. Well done, John.
Well done. Well, he chose first. We weren't fair. Yeah.
Now, this one I actually knew. The sports commentary. Oh, I love it. That is quality.
Yeah, I was going to say Box. Walker, but I think he's dead now, isn't he?
Right, talking of walkers, these segues, I should be them. I'm Anchorman. I am the Anchorman.
It sounds like Anchorman, yeah, definitely.
At which tarn was Wainwright's ashes scattered? I knew this one. I can't pronounce it, but I knew it.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, have a guess.
Sickle
Lee.
tar.
You both went at the same time then?
Sickle tarn.
Glee.
No. Innominate. Innominate.
No.
Whose
It's
ashes?
the only way I can pronounce it. Alfred Wainwright.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I didn't.
Mate, it's a quick fire quiz. Right. Next question. To the nearest minute. When Gemma Collins fell through the stage at the Teen Awards, how long did it take me to stop laughing?
45.
Trick question. You're still laughing inside.
That's a good answer. It does make. There's 3 things I watch whenever I'm upset, and there's one called Jewish Dancer Face Plants, the Melon Catapult, and Gemma Collins falling through that trapdoor. But the Jewish Dancer Face Planting is absolutely brilliant. He goes to do a front flip, slips, and pelts his face straight onto the stage. But the best thing about it is they do it in slow motion, and his skull cap flips like a coin. And do his shoes come off? But it's hilarious. You've got to watch it. Jewish Dancer Face Plants. Then that melon catapult. Everyone's seen that bird with a melon catapult and it's getting knocked out. And Gemma Collins falling through that trapdoor. Oh, it's brilliant. It's like a drunk drayman's just slung her down there. Anyway, the answer was 28 minutes.
Okay.
28 minutes. Oh, so close.
28 minutes. That's when I first came up for air.
When you first came? Pardon?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was that good. It was that good. 10 hours. Stick with a sigh. Who have I missed? Oh, sizing. Reelabron. How rude is that man? He thinks now after stumbling upon us, he's got to step away from the screen. Don't need that abuse from you, Simon. Simon Outdoors has joined us. Morris Louise Eagle. Jarhead. Middle-aged gamer. And I'm sure I've missed some. Send the floor. Holly and Mike. That's Hike and Mike. Hike with Mike. 3 times I try to say your name then, mate. And Andrew the Star Fam. Right. Next question. Have I asked you how long the Hadrian Woods Wall Path is?
No.
How long's the Hadrian's Wall Path?
You should have said no then. No, yes.
15 miles.
How long?
215.
83.
Has he got his fucking laptop open?
I haven't.
Not you. No, you were way out.
Oh, me?
John. Yeah, 84 miles.
84, yeah. No, I know someone who's recently done it, I think, and it just rings a bell.
I reckon you're Googling
Still got it wrong,
it. You look shifty.
Answer here. I've been supping my beer.
I was thinking
Some people. Huh?
I was thinking coast to coast, but I was way off with that the other week.
Oh, you got it wrong again tonight, even after I told you the answer.
Oh, I can't remember.
But don't worry about it. No one got it right in the chat either.
So what
right?
Did I get that right then? Even though I was one off.
Yeah, no, you got that point.
Spot on.
Right. If you enter an abandoned house and you can feel the spirits of the occupants, how wrong are you?
Relatively.
I think massively wrong.
The answer's very. You get that point, Bruce.
Yeah, as wrong as you can get.
Right.
Unless
Now,
there's a really good drinks cabinet.
Oh, yep, there is that. There is that. Now, as you know, it's pretty safe to say John got the most points there, but the final round is worth 10 points. So you each get 30 seconds. The same as last time, Bruce. You can prepare yourself a bit, because I'm going to let John go first.
Right.
In the style of Chris Eubank, tell me why you think you won that quiz.
Oh, God. In the style of Chris Eubank. I need to prepare myself for the Chris Eubank bit first.
You just do lots
I
of
won it because I loved it so much. Did really well. Give me the points. All I remember him is that.
Yeah, but was his dad Rob Brydon? Yeah, is he? I know he lived in Wales, but he don't speak Welsh, does he?
Rob Brydon?
No, Rob Brydon does. Chris Eubank don't.
Was that meant to be? Was that Welsh? I don't know what
It
that
sounded
was.
Welsh, yeah. Did it sound Welsh, Bruce?
Just ignore the accent. Go with the physicality I gave.
Yeah,
You basically went, nice jacket, that coat, isn't it? You've really let yourself down there.
Oh, brilliant. Well, yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Go on then, Bruce.
Oh, God. It's really hard to list without laughing. I'd like to thank the nobbies for the quiz. But I think it was fixed. I think it wasn't fixed. And I think this should be a recount.
Oh, mate. They were truly terrible.
Well, let's hear yours then.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, here we go.
Don't you try to intimidate me. That was a bit like Michael Caine with a list, wasn't it?
Look, middle-aged gamer. Bruce won.
Oh, God.
So, I liked it when Greg Davis done that, and he'd done like all the classics, like it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
That's all right.
But,
Greg Davis is amazing.
That was quality. So I'll tell you what we'll do, because it was such a close call, and as we all know, Bruce is meant to lose. Who do you think won that? So we'll let the chat decide, I reckon, because you were equally as shy, even though you did get more points, John.
I'll hold my hands up and agree. I don't know where I was going with it, to be honest, but you put me on the spot going first, didn't you?
There was one question, but I'd never even finished it. It just starts off with, if Gemma Collins falls in the woods. But I'll never finish that question. Who knows what the answer would have been, eh?
Looks like Bruce got this.
No. So
anyway.
If Gemma Collins falls in the wood, does anybody care?
That would have been a good one, yeah. Can't believe I stopped writing a question halfway through.
Cheers,
damn rum and coke. Oh, is Ash sticking up for you, is he?
No, actually, he said I let myself down with the impression.
Woods of Wisdom got it bang on. Bruce.
Bruce. It's a fix.
They were all poo.
So true.
Fair.
So, have you got any kit coming up then, John?
Have I got any kit coming up?
Are you buying any kit? Sorry, I need to speak Northern.
I know what I meant then. I've actually recently bought myself I need to make sure I get the right term here, a Scotch-eyed auger, 30 mil. Scotch-eyed auger. I'm going to do a video when I can to make what do they call them? Like a fire stove, where you drill a couple of holes into a piece of wood and light it from the inside and cook on it and stuff. So I'm thinking of doing that. I was basically, because of lockdown, I was trying to think of content I could do that doesn't involve me having to go out camping, something I could maybe even do in the garden. But I've just not got around to making that video yet. So I've got that coming. Now, I don't know when it's going to arrive, because obviously with Christmas around the corner, everything's slowed down. But yeah, I've got that coming. That's I'm looking forward to using that and seeing how it works.
Yeah.
Happy days. What about you, Bruce?
Well, kit-wise, I've I've asked my wife for a Scotch-eyed auger for Christmas. I have made a couple in the past and welded them on, but because they're high carbon steel, they're really shite to weld to. I just tend to snap off after a while when you're really being brutal. But yeah, I like the idea of the rocket stove. That's a good idea.
I make them rocket stoves, but by quartering the log,
yeah,
channeling it out, dig a bit in, and just dig them into the ground. But the auger is a much better way of doing it.
Yeah, well, it's the Swedish fire log, isn't it? When you usually cut
them
with a chainsaw.
Don't windlass it. I'll just chop it in fours, sharpen the ends, bang them into the ground, and it's the same.
All right, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I wouldn't say good. The one time I filmed it, it was absolutely diabolical.
Did you upload the video?
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible. I boiled literally a mug of water, and it was the biggest faff of my bleeding life. It looked shit. Everything was shit about it. But I got a cup of coffee out of it.
Fair.
I even had this shirt on that made me look like Jackie Chan in one of his early films.
Really?
It was really quite embarrassing. Yeah.
Recent dress you've made as well.
I've got a hood on it now.
Have you? I thought you might be wearing it for the chat, to be honest.
It's a bit warm in this house. It is down next to me. The hood is about 18 foot long. It's great.
Hood on it as well.
No, brilliant.
What about you, though? Is that bag still going strong you made?
Yes. That's actually, you've just twigged something there. That's something I'm going to do next year. I'm going to do a video where I test it as like a little raft and swim over to an island and camp on the island, and hopefully everything inside is going to be dry. So that's cool. That'll put it to its test. I've used it a bit now as well, so like I'll be able to see if the stitching lasts and stuff on it. It's only a Highlander bag, so it cost me like 25 quid. So I don't know how good it's going to be in the long run. But,
I'll be honest with you, mate. I've got a couple of them that I've had for about 7-8 years. I use them when I'm canoeing.
Yeah. Now they're spot on for canoe trips and anything that's going to involve a lot of water and wet weather. I'd like to improve it, but for now it's doing the job.
The only thing they don't like is being slung down on something hard.
That's fair enough. But yeah, I got a frame on it though, so the frame, as long as I chuck it down frame side, it doesn't actually hit the bag.
No, there is that.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat, what you been buying recently? Someone says their latest kit purchase is a 9x9 oilcloth tent smith tarp. Lovely.
Ooh,
if
nice.
you can be asked carrying it, but it is really nice.
Yeah.
Someone bought a pizza oven. It's so big and heavy. I've got no room for it in my tent for sleeping stuff.
He's got a pizza oven.
A middle-aged gamer. Scotch-eyed auger, a substantial meal from Reeler brand. Chainsaws, meatballs, spicy meatballs on a Swedish fire log. Good call. I'll tell you what is good. Do you watch that Craig Evans Bushcraft? No, sorry, Foraging. No, you'd love him. It's just this middle-aged bloke goes out to the coast and he gets right down under the rock and pulls out spider crabs, all sorts of edibles out of the sea. And then he gets a Swedish fire log and he cooks it all up on the sea. But it's just a proper Welsh bloke. It ain't there, bud. Come here, Tess. And all this, he's calling his dog. He's really good.
Yeah.
Craig Evans Bushcraft, he's called. No, he ain't. He still ain't called that. Craig Evans Foraging, or Foraging with Craig Evans. His name's Craig Evans. He forages. Find it.
Okay. Someone put a link in the chat.
I don't think you can. That's something I do need to do. I need to sort out some moderators and stuff.
Yeah,
I'll do that for next chat.
These guys are well behaved. We don't care. Yeah, the only kit I've bought recently, I've gone through. Anyone use Sports Pursuit? Ever heard of that?
I have heard of it. I haven't used it.
Yeah, so they do a lot of outdoor kit. So like, they're all sort any kind of outdoor sort of outdoor kit they'll have it on there, but they're generally reduced. So they'll get a deal on like silver compasses for like 15 quid, but you've got to wait a couple of months, and then once they've got enough orders, then they'll send them out.
Right, okay.
But there's some stuff you buy and it comes through instantly, and some stuff you have to wait for. It's just sort of. But they had a deal with low alpine rucksacks, and I got a 40-litre low alpine rucksack for, it was like 45 quid, which is handy when I got to carry a rope and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked up a 35-litre one as well at the same time, and it was like 29 quid. And then Black Friday, they had a 65 to 70-litre one on there for 44 quid. It's 150 quid rucksack with a lifetime guarantee. So, so all my rucksack sizes I've replaced. So I'm just going to get rid of the other ones, give them away to people and stuff.
Fair play to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was sort of hanging on to get Osprey pack, but they're just too expensive, and there's too many different variations of them as well.
I don't even know where to start with those packs at the minute. Like, I actually don't really have a lightweight backpack.
Yeah,
a lot of my pants
have a
and
look
stuff I
on
use
that
to get
Sports
everything.
Pursuit, because I looked on there the other day and that pack was still on there, and it's decent.
Yeah, good price.
And the
I know what you
waist
mean,
belt-
though, John, because I can't pick a decent pack.
No.
I wouldn't know a
waist
good one
belt's
from a
really
bad
clever.
one.
You undo the Velcro and the waist belt folds up and then it clips into the sides, so it doesn't get caught on everything when you're traveling with it. So it's like
Okay.
a fold up waist belt, because when you only bung it in the back of your car, that's the bit that gets caught on everything, isn't it? The waist belt.
Mhm.
But it all sort of clicks in, and the like the rain sheet, the dry cover, whatever you call it, is really thick and durable, and you sort of tie it all on, and that's more for transporting it with. So it's pretty well, and it's got a zip on it, big zip front on it, so you can get to everything in the pack without digging all down the
Rather
bottom.
have to dig out, yeah.
Yeah. I should do a
going
video on it,
down the-
really.
Are we picky? We're very picky, aren't we?
No,
Yeah.
I'm the
Like,
dead
we all
opposite.
know,
As long as
you
it,
make things out of like old sheets you found in your garage.
but yeah, and don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love an Osprey, and I can afford an Osprey, but it would hurt me paying that sort of money for it when I can whack my LK35 on. If I rip it to shit, it don't matter. Just don't
Yeah.
buy that big Quechua thing. Just going down the comments here. Ashley's getting some crampons. Backwoods bungalow for Alan McCabe. I do like the look of them, but I don't know. Basically, it's just a bleeding tarp with moz in it, isn't it? 12 by 12 army tent. You will love that, mate. A bit of a nightmare to put up. That was from Morris Louise Eagle. Chris WB has bought Polish Army Lavu. And I've just lost everything there. So if I do miss something, I'm sorry. Mini fire anchor from TJM. It's the dogs. I don't know what that is, mate. From Tuffers. Buffalo mitts from Dorset Piper. Good call. I don't suffer with cold hands, but Buffalo kit is the shizzle. Serious answer. I'm going to shop tomorrow. New boots. Boots I have keep giving me massive heel blisters. Definitely get new boots in, mate.
Mm-hmm. Spend
Swiss
time.
Army surplus backpack, 30 litre, 20 quid. GoPro 9, you're just showing off now, Jimmy. I do really want one of them. It is coastal foraging with Craig Evans. So pretty much everything I said in different orders.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
LK35, GoPro 9, LK35. Good people buying them. They're great bits of kit.
I love an LK35.
DPM tarp. Can't go wrong with that. Johnny knows best. He's getting a GoPro 9. It ain't going to make you look any better, mate.
Actually, the GoPro lens ain't going to do his nose any favours.
And it's got a better microphone. Just kidding, Johnny, mate. He was all jealous that I went out without him last week.
Right.
I'd give him a little cuddle.
Oh.
He thinks he's being replaced.
3.5 top. That's good. I think since I've started this, I've wanted a 3.5 by 3.5 tarp.
I think they're doing them now and all.
Yeah. Because the 3 is just that bit small. And the 4 is too big.
4 is too big. I've got 2 4s. I don't know why, but I've got 2 of them.
But
might sell one.
Why not?
And get a
Swiss Army
3.5.
backpack. Right, we are all caught up.
yeah. But I have
Gemma
got
Collins makeup book.
Isn't that just the Dulux colours chart?
Mm.
There is a bit of kit actually I would like to grab next year. Do you follow Adventurers Made, Matt?
I do, yes. I can hear you. I'm just going to fill up my drink.
He's just bought himself a pack raft, which is like a small inflatable raft that you can literally strap to your backpack and carry portages and things like that, rather than having to stick something on your head or carry it with wheels or whatever. I put that.
How small is small though?
Quid. So it's one of them. How much am I going to use it? Can I justify spending that kind of money on something? But they look pretty cool, and it's the way you transport it, which is the attractive thing. I think they're light enough and they're small enough to stick on your backpack and walk through paths.
How small is small? I know that like Ed Stafford used it when he done the Amazon. I've seen a few people in them, but I can't actually remember the size when they're packed up.
The best thing to do is either Google it or just go onto Matt's channel. He's posted a picture up today with it. I'd say it's about 3 times the size of your backpack.
Oh yeah, it is.
Off the top of my head. But they're pretty compact for what they do. They can fit your bag in, you can fit you in, and you can just bugger off onto some lakes, towns, or lochs there.
Oh, they're good bits of kit. They're used a lot, and if you're going out in a group, it ain't too bad, is it?
No.
So just having a quick read down them.
Yeah.
Any channel shout outs you want to give out while you're here?
Yeah, I've got one actually, and he's not got many followers at all. I've only recently found him just from doing a bit of cold water swimming. But it's what's it called? Dong Dippers. Dong Dippers. You can search that on YouTube. Dong as in like penis.
Right.
Yeah. May as well say it, eh? Dong Dippers. Go and give him a search. He's such a character. I think it's just a good laugh to watch. Camera skills obviously very entry level, but he knows that, and he takes the piss out of it, which is all the better for. But like, go and check him out. I think he just needs a little bit more bit more traction. He'll do well.
Anyone else? I must admit, I've really not been watching a lot of YouTube recently. I've been trying to step away, funnily enough. But I know that MDM Outdoors is giving a giveaway now, and it's a really good giveaway. It's a knife. So if you whip over to him, subscribe, leave a comment, you're in for a chance of a good knife and get him up there with some subs. He's a nice bloke. So I'm a bloke in the woods for cooking, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's got.
What about you, Bruce?
Woods of Wisdom, Glenn, who was in the chat earlier, he's worth a follow because he's really knowledgeable and he's tracking and stuff when he actually does the video. Yeah, he could do with a shout out. And Johnny Knows Best as well. He was in there. There he is.
Oh, obviously Johnny Knows Best.
Johnny Knows Best, obviously. Right. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone new that I've come across. That's the weird thing with YouTube. It will suddenly put someone up with like 20 subs, and you're like, why are you showing me this? It's just random, you know?
Here's a quick one for him. Just responding to Johnny here. Now, I approached him. As you know, I put a lot of thought into my adventures. A lot of thought. So I was driving to work the other day, and it dawned on me that I've got a 125 bike sitting there, tiny little monkey type bike, just doing nothing. Why not jump on it and drive to Morocco? And he don't want to do it because he thinks it will kill us. How wrong is that?
You might not even get there with everything going on.
These things are sent to try it. I'd smash it.
Definitely give it a go. And he'll have his GoPro Hero 9 as well, won't he? So he'll prep for it.
Yeah, so the bandits will stab him first.
The trouble is he's got long legs. I still reckon I could do him over a short distance.
I imagine him on a moped. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, mate, a monkey bike. He'd look like Sideshow Bob getting out of a Mini.
He would, wouldn't he? It'd be great.
He's 6'4". Scotland Mountains for great hikes. Geordie Wild Camper, new channel. Is that the one you put up the other day on your feed there, Jimmy? I'll pop over, have a look at him later. Mr. Wild Wows. Where are we?
Do you chaps
Dead
follow
air.
a channel, Eric Nomad?
Eric,
No.
no.
He's got some absolutely stunning footage. A lot of camping in the snow, a lot of cold weather camping, and it's really filmed really, really, really peacefully. Actually, it's quite meditative in a way, and his voice when he narrates, it's nice to watch. Very skilled, very knowledgeable, got the best kit, knows what he's doing. It's just quite impressive. So I'd go and check Eric Nomad out. Eric with a K.
Definitely worth a look then.
Sounds good.
Just while I'm here, I don't do the YouTube thing. Got 70 odd looking buttons and crap. If you can, I'd be grateful. I've taken a right slap recently with the subs. The arse has fallen out of them, which is fine.
Yeah.
It really don't matter. But any sort of sharing and likes do help. You know what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube's absolutely murdering me at the moment. I'm just really struggling to get anything over about 100 views. It's just pointless.
I'm still getting views, but it's like this week, it gives you your analytics, doesn't it? And it tells you that they're not actually pushing the video again. So I must have got sweary again. But
Yeah.
you go. Paul says Eric is too. Go on.
Yeah, I'm just too boring. I think that's probably what it is. But
I think you're not giving your face enough credit there, Bruce. I don't think that helps either.
that's true. Yeah, that's that as well.
Google's recognised it.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think I probably just do too much different stuff. It's a bit.
Sometimes you just got. It's one of them things. Sometimes one video will skyrocket, and you're like, "How the hell has that happened?"
Yeah. I've got a few of my older videos have done really well.
And it's just one of them things, isn't it? You just get used to the heartbreak. Yeah.
The second you start worrying about the views and about the subscribers is the second you lose the soul of your channel. Do what you do.
Exactly,
if you're happy with how it turns out, you're happy. So we've got Renegade Scott. Paul Mesner is living proof of that. He's flying at the minute.
Yeah.
Eric is superb. I believe he's Swedish. Any advice for sleeping in a hammock for the first time tomorrow night? Without knowing what hammock you got, as 83% of the length of your hammock, put a ridge line. Ideally, the longer the hammock, the better. Get as diagonal as you can. Make sure you're warm underneath and enjoy your night. Anyone else?
Underquilt would be handy, mate, because a lot of people don't. They'll just put their sleeping bag straight in. So either some sort of thermal break, whether you've only got a wool blanket to lay on or a thermarest or foam pad, but make sure you got something underneath you because you will freeze otherwise.
Let's have a quick butchers. Don't keep jumping on me. You nearly swore then. Someone's given a thumbs up. Thank you. Gemma Collins, knickers, no cam needed. Do a Gemma Collins stealth cam. Sorry. I'll tell you, I'll try and read that in English. Do a stealth camp in Gemma Collins naked.
Right, okay.
Naked? Knickers. No cam needed. Oof. But they look like someone sneezed in them. Black Country Woodsman is really good. Eric Nomad. Paul loved the bivvy bag vid. It was a good vid. But it had a hooped bivvy bag in it. I enjoyed the vid. And if ever I go camping, it was helpful. Kent Survival, Andy's a good lad, yeah. Giving a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Tar Craig. Sorry, people are talking to each other. Go for it. Monkey bikes are so cool. Also, the postie bikes are good for 6 foot monkey to take with you. It would be great to watch. Monkey bikes are really good fun, but the postie bike is what I wanted. Like rocking all shit, and they cost a mint. Too many swears, says Anne. Not wrong there, mate. Can we start a second, third channel and subscribe multi? You can do whatever you like, Dusty. It won't help me algorithm, but Steve Davies is wild camping. He must be talking about Ash there. Oh, it's too quick. Right, sorry, I'm going to have to skip a load of these because it's just me reading otherwise, and that gets very boring very quick, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's that done. Sweating up in this hat.
Ash Outdoors has just got to go, he just said.
You all right, mate?
Bye, Ash. Got to go meditate, mate, have you? you know, I might actually do that bleeding cold water swimming just for you.
Yes.
I'm not saying for definite, but
kind of.
Yeah.
You've said you might do it now, which, you know, I think you should definitely do it.
What if I'm doing it? I'll do it while I'm out. I'm not going out to do it. Let's put it that way.
No qualms with that. Even if you want to do it in your bath, do it in your bath.
Don't get me wrong, mate. I've done many a river crossing. I've broken ice up in what's it fucking called? Oh, it comes to me in a minute. Come on, up in Wales on the Wye. Really well known place. Oh, don't matter.
You've done it anyway.
So I've done it. Yeah, I've done it, but I don't enjoy it in the slightest. Right, someone's following the girl outdoors. Yep, she's good. I'll wince every time I see him take a dip. Dip the dong. And
Dip the dong.
See, Johnny is now talking about me and budgie smugglers. He's actually seen me in a mankini.
Yeah.
Right, a lot of questions for that then, isn't there?
Well, he asked.
Were you out in the woods?
No. I was standing at the foot of his bed while he slept.
I'm a spat beer everywhere then. On that note, I'm going to need to just nip to the loo for a week. So you have to bear with me.
No worries.
Everyone for me.
I'll mute you after last time. Right, guys, we need some hairy comments like Eddie Munster, all that sort of stuff, because he's a very hairy man in his face. When he comes back, make like we ain't spoke.
Andrew, the Star fan, said Bruce and Lee should get out together again.
Definitely going to happen.
Yeah, definitely happen. But at the moment, I'm in tier 2 in a tiny little area because Tendering and Colchester are tier 2, but the rest of Essex is tier 3. So I can't bloody travel anywhere. And Nobby's in tier 1. So yeah, just it's not going to happen at the moment. But yeah, definitely happen.
Definitely not. And I have got a thing I've got to get over to Si as well, do a camp up in Dartmoor. I've been meaning to for ages.
Yeah. I'm not bothered about travelling as long as I've got enough notice. So
Dorset Piper smashed it there. I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, any comments like that would be great. I bet he's got bleeding speakers, hasn't he? He didn't have ear pods in. I'm very lucky. Yeah, still in tier 1. How are you lot? All coping with it all. At least it's Christmas without the mother-in-law. Unless you're the mother-in-law.
Always on the wine.
Why not? I finish
Sorry.
work tomorrow, so Christmas has already started.
Oh, fair play to you. Sender Flora's absolutely nailed it.
What's going on here then?
Tommy Turbo Treasures. I ain't seen you around for a while, mate. Who's the honey monster on the far right, Nobby? That will be JRP Outdoors, mate.
What's that? I wasn't paying attention.
Someone was asking who you were.
JRP Outdoors.
There you go. Ripping the wine from the Dorset Piper.
Ripping.
Nobby will come out cold water looking like 3 Adam's apples. Is it a full moon from Paul Mesner? That is quality.
There seems to be a trend to these comments, Nobby.
I can't believe you've actually got your own emoji there, John.
I know, I just realised that.
That's amazing.
That's it. We're using that more often.
Is that Harry from Harry and the Hendersons?
Come on, keep them coming.
There is a group in the US, I think it's called the Polar Bear Club. They wait until the lakes are frozen over, cut a hole in the ice and jump in. Would watch you do that, not in a bikini though.
Yeah. That's a very bizarre
Only in a bikini.
Yeah.
See, I could do it. This is the thing. I could jump in, but I'd absolutely hate every second of it. I wouldn't get out and think that was fresh. I'd get out and think I've just jumped in cold water.
Yeah, but it's good for us to watch, though, isn't it? That's the main thing.
No.
Yeah, that's how I live my life, that mate.
Yes.
Yeah. You're there for the entertainment of others, Nobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a prank monkey.
Yeah.
MDM Outdoors just turned up. Just mentioned you, mate. To be fair, you are all hairy beasts. I reckon we should all compare bald spots.
I win.
Oh, I'm non-existent, mate. I'm thick-haired, mate.
How old are you, John?
30 years old.
God, just a child.
20 years younger than Bruce. I thought Bigfoot lived in Oregon. Do a David Bellamy impression. That's obviously for you, John.
It's not at all. I'm not doing any more impressions this evening.
Oh, come on, Sutcliffe. Have you not noticed that all the comments are, is JRP Hindu? The mark on the forehead, just curious.
No, it's a curl.
It's not his hair.
Yeah.
It's a little Superman curl.
Sorry, mate. While you was away, I asked them all to abuse you.
Yeah.
I've just seen. Yeah, I've never seen a Yeti drinking wine.
Yeah. I got my JRP t-shirt on that.
Brilliant. Maybe I'll do light bulbs.
Oh,
Hopefully, I'll have my t-shirts coming out soon.
yeah. Are they the sort of shirts that need to be lifted?
Tarp shirts.
No, they're not. They're not woolly.
Okay, that's a shame.
There was nothing bad mentioned about you, MDM Outdoors. Definitely not. So, Coochie goes walking. What did you think of your weekend last weekend? And did it hurt? I reckon if you showed a baboon the top of your head, Nobby, it would lick its lips, have its lipstick out in no time. I'll tell you what, I might go put my glasses on in a minute. Brian, blessed. Go on, do that one. You've got to be able to do a Gordon's Alive.
What's a Gordon's Alive? Maybe a little bit before my time here.
Shocking. You've never seen Flash Gordon?
I actually haven't ever seen Flash Gordon, no. I think Bruce is muted.
I don't know.
Am I muted?
No, no one's muted.
Bruce is talking.
Yeah, he's not muted. He'll figure it out.
Yeah. There we go. He's unplugged himself.
While we can't hear him, make sure you point out that he looks like Woogie.
Cheers.
I watched Groundhog Day the other day. You was a cameraman.
Was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Flesh Gordon from the Dorset Piper. That's definitely one you don't want to watch.
No.
What Gordon's Alive? Paul, I know you're joking, mate. So come on then. If you had one camp to do that, or it's in your means at the drop of a hat, what would it be? Go. Would it be hill? Would it be woods? Would it be beach? Would it be whatever?
Oh man, I really want to get out in the hills. I've not been out in the hills since March. So yeah, trying to think what I did last. Black Mountains in really horrible weather with a load of really disgusting kids. And we ended up coming back early anyway. But I haven't been out in the hills at all. Had a couple of woodland camps. Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to get out in the hills and do like a bit of free ranging and a bit of a few overnighters. That'd be good. Do a multi-day camp in the hills. Be good.
What about yourself, John?
For me, it's a hammock in the woods. Usually, most of the time, if I find a nice spot with Woodland. I don't know what it is with woodland. It just makes me feel like kind of wilder almost. If I feel like I'm up on a hill, the views are fantastic, but I just feel like I don't know. I sometimes get a bit bored as well. I know to a lot of people that might sound bonkers, but I don't. When I've camped up in hills and things, I'm not entirely sure what to do once I've set up and had some food and had a beer. Especially if the weather's crap, you end up just sitting in a tent. So
Absolutely.
woodland, you know, you can start playing with sticks and stuff and like try to do a bit of carving. I don't do enough carving. I mean, playing with sticks.
No, I heard you.
Yeah, I know. You started laughing. Absolute child. But and it all depends who you're with as well, I suppose. But yeah, woodland and a hammock. That's my go-to all the time usually.
I'd say if I was going now, it'd be hills purely because there's a few of them. I love waking up to a proper clear sunrise up high. It's gorgeous. Nice. And two, as much as I love my quick overnighters, which are generally woods because they're right by my house, I do like getting a sweat on, getting somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you've got your pack on your back and you've got to do 10, 15 mile, you get to a summit, a tarn, whatever, it's just, there's no feeling like it. Lay back. If there's no one around, get in your pants and scratch.
Fair.
And then someone rocks up and just sees what's happening and buggers off back down the hill.
Yeah.
It's all right for you. They just think it's a bear.
But yeah, it's just very, very
Apart
different.
Apart from next thing you're doing that.
Yeah.
That dance was shocking.
You got to do it. And if you're going to do this, if you're going to do the dip, you got to do the dance.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll put a compilation together of everyone's dances.
If we're going to make it into a dance-off, I'll have a go at that. But
there you go. There's your challenge then.
What's that? You had a sweat on after 5 minutes last week, Nobby. You weren't too far behind me, were you, Rob?
Are you doing any more bike travels to your camps?
Yes, I am. I've got a few more of them coming up and longer distances, and I'm going to hate every second of it.
Wonderful stuff.
Yeah. Well, I need to get training to do something. And despite not enjoying it, I've got to do it. So I haven't got to do it. What am I talking about? I'm going to do it.
You don't do it for the enjoyment. You do it for the stories afterwards.
Yeah. What's that? Morris Louise Eagles off. Reeler Brand. We'll do fur tour when you finally get here. Happy to hear it. Paul Heavey wants to hammock camp on a nudist beach. That is a lot of fluffing if you're going to tie him off there, mate.
A couple of poles.
I'm not ready for that level of commitment. Yeah. You will get a sweat on. Gary Arts Wild Camper, evening all. MDM Outdoors is one for all three of you. Solo or with a mate. If we go from Sutcliffe to Peter, his name ain't even Peter. Carry on, mate. I'm fucked.
I prefer with a mate. Solos, I get bored. I've got really short attention span, and I like being on my own. I like walking on my own and chilling out. But like you're saying, up in the hills, you get bored. And I think it's one of the things that sort of got me into YouTube is like where you're doing solo camps, you just sit there chatting to the camera because it's something to do. But I think the biggest thing that motivates me to not do solos, because I don't really do that many, is that, my missus is at home and it's like, oh, I'd rather sleep in the woods than share a bed with you, and it's like just a bit weird. But if you say, oh, I'm going to the woods with Nobby, she's fine with that, because you're just like, yeah.
How do you make that sound worse?
I know, yeah.
What?
She's fine with that.
Yeah, she's fine with that. Yeah, I'm going off to the woods with a load of strange men. That's fine.
I think I prefer solo, to be honest. Apart from obviously getting a bit bored in the hills, whatever. Most of my camps, I kind of do occupy myself quite well. And it's for me, it's a reset. Like I enjoy my own company, and I feel like I get a little bit claustrophobic sometimes if I'm constantly around other people. And it's my outlet basically. And the most rewarding camp I've ever done is when I did 5 nights in Scotland on my own. Went to a couple of different locations, and it's still for me, it's the best camp I've ever done. And I can't wait to do something else similar next year. So yeah, solo over with a mate. Still like being with mates, but my mates don't tend to have the same passion. You know, the trouble is if content with them and stuff, so I have to kind of teach them how to where to go for a crap, all that kind of stuff. You know, they're not necessarily clued up with the etiquette.
Yeah.
And Tesco carrier bags coming through the woods as well.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm completely indifferent. I that's a lie. I prefer camping with 1 or maybe 2 people, but I also really enjoy my wildcats. Now, the reason I say that, mate, is as you rightly point out, I've been on so many canoe trips where I've supplied most of the kit, and then when it all finishes, I'm left with all of the shit to sort out. That sort of takes away from the camping for me. I don't mind taking people out and showing them a few things because they learn. I don't mind lending them a few things because they learn. But if it's a field full of fuck nuts, you know what I mean?
Meats. Oh, yeah, meats where you got about like 100 odd people turn up in the middle of nowhere, just like no way, no.
They're all right if they're a piss up.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It just tends to be like a breeding ground for drama, and you know, so and so commented on my video 6 months ago, so I'm going to shun him all weekend, and it's just like, oh, come on. But
so I've
Paul smashed it there.
Done a YouTube meetup, so I don't know kind of like how that all works. I've had a few planned, but it's been cancelled with everything going on. Rescheduled for next year, but I'm very much looking forward to doing like collaborative camp with other YouTubers and stuff, but I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, I think with YouTube as well, it's good to have someone else there because you've got someone to bounce off, someone to explain stuff to, or someone just to have a natter to. You know, and it's, you know, otherwise you're just sitting in the woods talking to yourself, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, but they never come out of you again when they catch you beating off to your photo of Gemma Collins. It's really hard to get them to stay.
That didn't bother me.
A3 copy.
Well, you held it.
Well, yeah, you told me to.
Paul smashed it here. You know, solo. That's the time he clears his head. It's his version of visiting the shrink. I'm with you, mate. To be honest with you,
I agree with
just
that.
Chill out, reset yourself, and boom.
I also feel like you learn a lot as well. You overcome a lot going out on your own. You know, you make a few mistakes and you learn from that, and I feel like you become more knowledgeable just by putting yourself in a place where you might not feel comfortable at first.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing, it is very easy to get stuck in the rut. I'm trying to make a conscious effort of cooking more fresh ingredient food when I'm out. I know you dehydrate your own food and that stuff, John. I do get stuck in the rut with chucking a steak or a sausage on the fire. Whereas a little bit of effort, I like liver and onion last week. It's not a huge meal, but it's liver and onion. Nice. Proper meal in the woods. Oh, it was lovely.
You've got
a size talking to... Sorry, mate.
Just reading one of the comments, Gary, you've got a thing for Gemma Collins. I actually believe him.
Yeah. They love his hate and all that.
Love his hate.
Yeah. Listen, I no, I can't stand her. I'm sorry, I can't stand her. She is everything that is bad in the world. I don't hate her because she's fat. That's beyond. I really don't. I hate her because she says being fat's a good thing. Be fat if you want. Don't try and sell it as a good thing because it ain't. You've got more risk of heart attack. You know, you sweat a lot. It's people say you're more bubbly. You ain't. You're just fat. I'm fat myself.
I'm going to get you an autobiography for Christmas. You just need to give me your address and I'll send it in the post.
I'll wipe my arse with it, mate. I don't hate her. I don't hate her, but I don't know what she brings to anywhere. She's been hired by Netflix, you know.
Good. Why?
Not even lying. Oh, I can't remember. It was some shit.
Okay.
Right, let's have a quick look down. Si's talking about Fatima. Si's got a thing for Fatima Whitbread. Fair play to him, you know.
Strong
Personally, I think she'd beat you the fuck up, but if you like that sort of thing. Let's have a look. One man and his dog sounds the best to me. Yes, not with my dog, but I do like camping with a dog. You ain't taking yours out, Bruce, yet, have you?
Yeah, might come out quite a lot. I've not had the new one, the Missy. She's not come out in the camp. But Preston's
MGM
right.
Outdoors. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, he just mooches around. But it's when it's really muddy, you just end up with a soggy cold dog like for the whole weekend. That's not really fair, is it? So.
No.
Because he's
MGM
like
Outdoors. Sorry, you stopped, mate. I thought you stopped talking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
the last time you yawned, I'm not cutting you off.
I was breathing.
Well,
No, he's just a walking carpet, so he just soaks up mud. So there you go.
Right. Talking of walking carpets, MDM Outdoors reckons I want to tongue punch her fart box. I don't. Fat is the new slim. Be fat. If you're fat and happy, be happy. Just don't try and sell it as a good thing. Catch you later, lads. See you later, Scott. Yeah, you've read that one as well, then.
I read that one as well at the same time.
Yep, that can be read rather than me read it out, I think. Would you camp with Gemma if she promised to help collect firewood? No, because she'd be lying. And it'd be wet when she brought it back with her clammy hands. Yes, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all, mate. As I say, I don't hate her. Just don't see the point in her.
I'd love to see that video. If we can make that happen in some way, people will write some letters. We'll get a GoFundMe. We'll pay her some cash, and we'll get that video made.
She do.
Yeah, but the trouble is, no, she fuck.
You've got a brand new camera. You can show her off perfectly.
Mate, she's probably a lovely girl. Thick as fuck, but lovely.
You have to get 360.
She ain't that thick. She's minted. She's minted. Fair play to her. Can we get off the subject of Gemma Collins? I'm getting aroused.
Yeah, let's move on a bit.
Okay. Oh dear.
So what we done so far? We've talked about cooking. Yeah, what about your scran? How did that? I know your dehydrated meal turned out all right. Is it something you're going to keep going?
Well, yeah. I mean, the dehydrated meals are for like longer trips. I've just not had any longer trips recently. So for definite, if I do like 3 or 4 days, especially if I'm trying to pack light or whatever, yeah, I'll do more dehydrated meals. I'm adjusting a little bit. I've been a veggie for a year now. I know a lot of people are like, bloody vegetarian, why are you doing that? But like, I've had to try and change my food. I used to like roast like gammon joints, pork, like have steaks and stuff. And now I don't do that. It's like I have to do stews and things like that. So I'm constantly trying new things. I think some things have failed, but like I've had some decent meals out camping still. But I mean, if anyone's got any suggestions as to what kind of decent vegetarian meals I can have, probably most people watching this won't be vegetarian, but I'd be interested to hear.
I mean,
I don't like mushrooms either.
I went out with that.
It's pain in the ass.
I went out with that vegan, flexitarian, pescatarian, whatever the.
I remember seeing that.
But don't get me wrong, his stuff looked all right. I do have an issue with why they've got to try and make it look like meat. I just don't get that. But it wasn't appealing, but it didn't look like it was going to kill you. You know what I mean?
I'm not a big fan of these replica things or these ones that try and replace meat. It's more like bloody out of vegetables. You know what I mean? It's like I'd rather make something properly from scratch that's fresh.
Old Mez is on fire tonight. Mez is on fire. A werewolf that eats veg.
There's one I did try, the Huel stuff. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Huel, it's like. Have you tried it, Nobby?
Why would I try it, Bruce?
Because you're fat.
Is it dehydrated food? Yeah, in the white bag.
No, it's not food. It is in a white. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like all the vitamins, minerals, and protein and stuff is all like flaxseed, but it's veggie and vegan friendly. But you just add water. It's just powder. Right. So three scoops. Add water to it. and that's 400 calorie meal.
This is the thing. Like,
Yeah,
I'm still picky with food. I still want nice stuff. I don't
Yeah,
want like.
It just tastes like a bit like porridge, but you can add stuff
Yeah.
to it.
But then, you know, you got that Huel stuff. Instead of taking an 8-ounce steak, you've got to take a kilogram of water to eat gruel.
You can find water there, can't you? But for
You kill a lamb up there.
I'd like to see you try.
What, you don't think I could chew a lamb?
You are? No. You got to catch one.
Easy.
Yeah, and avoid the police afterwards.
As long as I outrun you, mate, I'm fine.
What's I getting to? Yeah,
Good call there, Chris. 3-bean chili. Sorry, Bruce, cut you right off there. 3-bean chili.
3-bean chili is delicious.
Decent.
Finish your thought, Bruce.
Yeah, but that Huel stuff is super lightweight, and it's a good thing to have in the bottom of your bag on a long hike. And it's just like you can chuck it in the morning and leave it. You don't really need to leave it to soak, but that's your lunch sorted.
How much is it? Because the reason why I started dehydrating my own stuff is because you look at all these dehydrated meals, all these these wet
it's yeah.
£7
It was like a subscription thing.
Right.
I think it was like 30 quid for 2 packets. You get it cheaper if you subscribe, but you just cancel the subscription as soon as you order it. But I do it for lunches. You know, when you just haven't got feck all in the house to eat, so I just make one of those as lunch and just take it. Not that I'm on any kind of diet or anything, but I just sort of experiment and chuck chocolate in it or coffee or something, and yeah, it's all right.
Why not take porridge?
You are?
Porridge.
Porridge takes too long.
I'm not a fan of porridge either. I think it's bland.
Yeah, so you'll love Huel.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath, but I'm willing to give it a go.
Think about porridge, but without the fun.
Yeah, but you add stuff to it.
Like I do miss meat in a way, the convenience and the taste of it. There's no substitute for it. But
do you eat fish?
I don't eat fish now.
Yeah. Couscous is really good actually for amount of protein per 100 grams. And super lightweight and
Nobby's like, can we move on from this vegetarian crap right now?
No, mate, listen, I've had lovely vegetarian meals. I don't have an issue with whatever people want to eat. I really don't give a monkeys.
And
as you can see, I like taking the piss out of people. So he's ginger, you're a veggie, I'm fat. Let's crack on with it.
Yeah. But yeah, couscous is pretty decent because it's super light and quick, and there's more protein in couscous than there is in rice. So I usually, because when I did my ML, I took like dehydrated baked beans, couscous, and then like loads of pepperoni and cheese, and then just chucked it all in together. Just to get enough calories in.
A lot of people won't know what ML is. It was a man ladder.
Sorry, mountain leader.
Man ladder.
No, not a man ladder. Mountain leader assessment. Which are passed.
Dusty's asking if that costs a mint, the Huel stuff. But before that, Media Box says, come on, John, give us a howl.
Yeah, I can't remember how much it costs, but they just get the most basic one and don't buy all the pre-made stuff. It's all crap. I was going to say something really interesting, and I've forgotten totally. Don't worry about it.
So Glenn says you can get a good packs of veg pulses and curries for under £1, cheap naan bread, loads of calories. See, that to me sounds lovely.
Yeah, curries are really good. You know, you can have chickpeas or whatever and potatoes and stuff, and packs it out. A lot of energy.
The only thing I will say is, as I said, that does sound lovely. I love my mushrooms. I love my lentils, all that. But whatever curry you could make, it would be better with chicken in it. I'm sorry, it just would. That's a fact.
You're right. Like I said, it's not something, I don't hate meat. I still actually quite enjoy the idea of having meat, but I don't. It's a decision I've made rather than me having such a problem with the meat.
That's fair play. I've given up dairy. almost.
See, I can't do that yet. That's the one thing. Cheese is like incredible.
Yeah, cheese is amazing.
It is with me, but it gives me hippo tail. So yeah, it's only come on in later life and all. There we go. Right. Are YouTubers still going to go out play now, regardless of tier 1, 2, and 3, or full lockdown? That's entirely down to the individual, isn't it? Yeah. I always say my piece every single live chat on this. I don't see anything wrong with disappearing into the middle of nowhere as long as you're not a knobhead. If you're a knobhead and you leave shit or you all camp in big groups, you deserve to get fined. If you disappear and keep yourself to yourself, personally, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything too technical, mountain wise, because obviously mountain rescue are stretched as it is, so that's going to be really bloody difficult, and especially in a tier 3 area, it's just asking for trouble, really. So check the conditions before you go.
Someone says try Linda McCartney's armpit hair. That's him again, Vesper Tim. Yeah, they're slipping through, mate. You're on fire and all. Hello, Ian Gibson. Thai green curry. See, I quite like those naked noodles. If you put 2 of them in a bag and bulk them up, you get like 600 calories in them, and they do some really nice flavours. And they're quite handy to have. Cheap as chips. You think 600, it's the same as you're going to get in some of the more expensive thingy meals, isn't it? Dehydrated meals you get.
Yeah. Well,
God. Can you have wafer thin ham? Was
the royal family, that, innit? The grandma was like, "Can you have wafer thin ham?"
Brilliant.
Or vegetarians can have wafer thin ham.
Yeah. it's
hardly, I think that's a quote from the royal family.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah. So when you're hiking, you need about 1,000 calories a kilo. So anything that's got enough calories in it is good to go. Don't worry about any diet food, but sugar and protein, just get it in you. But you want a minimum of 1,000 calories a kilo. It just makes it easier to work out your meals then.
That's easily done.
Yeah. Billy Bear ham.
Oh yeah, amazing.
You see,
stuff,
you can't.
Disgusting.
But you
could eat that. They're so far from being an animal.
Yeah, it's very true. I don't even know.
Is that the one with the face?
Make that. Yeah. That's like genius.
I'll tell you what. You know the one with the egg in it?
Yes.
Have you seen how they make that?
Garlic pie.
No, that egg comes out about 20 foot long and sliced. How do they get an egg with the yolk in the middle for 20 bleeding foot?
You get a tube and crack loads of eggs in it. Then you boil it, and then you pack meat around it, and you're done. I used to make them. But the one you get in the supermarket, is just one continuous long egg. So yolk, it's like extruded. But, yeah.
Extruded.
There we go.
Extruded.
Question answered.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking away the mystery.
Sorry. But occasionally when you cut it, you'll hit it in the white spot, and that's just not satisfying without hitting the yolk, It's terrible.
See, Out and About says potato gratin, bonus when you boil in a bag. Someone there put about naked noodles chucking in a cheeky stew. I'll tell you what, I do love an all-in. You can't beat an all-in.
Bruce wins the quiz again. What did I do?
You told us about.
We weren't doing another bleeding.
Oh no, the egg ham. That's it.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, explain that again in the style of Chris Eubank.
How was this ham made?
Gala pie. See, you can't beat a game pie.
Yeah, bits of Monopoly.
That's something you must miss.
Cluedo pieces.
I used to love Spam. I feel like that's such a good. What do you mean? You play Spam, Ed? Surely you've had 2 tins of it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, yeah, but that was years ago. Someone wanted to know the best thing to do with spam. That's why I made spam head. Yeah. I'm a bacon grill man myself. If I'm going to eat meat that is, once again, not fucking meat, I want it tasting of bacon.
But it tastes like bacon sausage. I felt like it was the best of both worlds when I used to have it.
See, once again, takes me back to the army days. It's one of the only things that I still eat, them and babies' heads that used to come in the ration packs.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Crunchy.
Yeah. But spam is bloody expensive now as well, isn't it? It's like,
No.
it is.
It's fucking spam.
£2?
It's like
£2. It's still...
That's like £3.50.
Where do you shop?
I don't know. When I last saw it, I thought, sod that, it's expensive. I'm not buying it.
I reckon that, they see a ginger walking up and they change all the prices when he comes in.
Possibly, yeah.
It's only £1 for me.
It's really not.
What are we? Cumberland sausage. Good shout. JRP is a young Yorkshire Ripper lookalike.
Brilliant.
You've got to be happy with the young.
Oh, man.
Mate, next time you come on, if you shave your beard, I'm going to point out you look like Rose West. Just to keep the theme going.
I have no eyebrows.
Spam wasabi, not just spam, M&S spam. Love it.
There you go.
Absolutely love it.
Sainsbury's own spam.
I was saying to Bruce on the way in, here you go, then this will lead us on to it. Campsite tipple. If you could only have one, what would it be?
So six cans of spam on Amazon is 20 quid.
I thought you were answering the campsite's tipple then.
20 quid for spam.
How much?
20 quid for 6 cans.
For 8 cans?
6 cans.
6 cans?
Yeah.
Now they're slapping your ass there, Bruce. How big are the cans? Why are we talking about spam on Amazon?
340 grams. I was just looking how much it is. Oh God! Look, he's got his vape. Good.
Campsite tipple.
That's gonna make me mad.
If I can be asked carrying it in, red wines are usually good for me. Because at the end of the day, I do like to get a bit drunk around a campfire. I don't want to be carrying tons of cans. So it's either you carry beer in and maybe a spirit, or a couple of beers, and then you get on the red wine. Like I'm doing right now.
I'm rum and coke in it from now on in, purely because beer makes you piss a lot, and if you put your coke in your rum, you don't get the headaches, all the sugars and all that sort of stuff. I found anyway. I could be wrong. Fruit tea, Johnny says. Yeah, fruit tea's a lovely one that we have around camp. I didn't want to tell him, but that fruit tea I've been giving him, I've given myself a peppermint tea the other night, and I looked on the box, and it was best before date was 5 years ago, Johnny. Decent. That fruit tea was 5 years past its best.
Yeah. Imagine how manky it used to taste.
There you go. Twin pack in B&M, £2.79 for what would be 400 grams. Almost half a kilo of spam for £2.50.
Oh, that's amazing.
There we go.
That means I'd have to go in B&M with all the whiff waff.
I reckon there's more than 1,000 calories in that as well. Got to be 1,000 calories in a kilo of spam, isn't there?
I don't know. Ask Gemma Collins. That's probably what she eats.
Mate, she's not that cultured.
Scrumpy cider. Nom, nom, nom.
I have to admit, JRP looks like he can grate Parmesan cheese with that beard. That is someone who's truly impressed with that face fungus, mate.
Oh, man. My barber has quit his job and gone to work for Amazon Warehouse. So I'm without a person I trust.
He got that pissed off with your hair.
I'm just realised I may have read that wrong. He's either saying you look like an Italian waiter or you've got a really impressive beard. Which one is it? What one would you prefer?
Or I could use the beard as the grater, which would be...
That's what I mean, a really impressive beard.
Yeah. You could grate Parmesan with that beard.
Tell us which one it was, Si. I'll tell you what is a really good camp tipple, actually. Anyone that does this, whoever brings a hip flask out, and I always used to do it, brandy and port, half and half. Someone said they're 50-50 blended Scotch and cherry brandy. Brandy and port is another one. It's absolutely gorgeous, a proper winter warmer.
I like Guinness as well, especially in winter. Take some cans of Guinness out.
Yeah. Only thing is with that, it fills you up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not something you could ever get drunk on.
I love Guinness.
I beg to differ.
Not anything I could get drunk on.
On that note, I'm just going to the laboratory.
No worries, mate.
Yeah. So my camp tipple, I don't really care. I'll drink anything. Just
with whack.
Yeah, the riff raff. That's
why they have... I'm with it now. I had to reread that. With whack. Was that the quick impression again?
Yeah. No, there's like you need shops like B&M and stuff. It keeps the riff raff out of Waitrose.
I wouldn't know. I only ever been to Waitrose when I was delivering to it.
Yeah, I went in there once and then looked at the prices and walked out again.
Depth charge, port and brandy, why not? See, I ain't going to go into all the childhood drinks we used to have, like Sexy Vimto and that. That used to get messy.
Yeah.
Guinness Tia Maria, 50-50 whiskey and amaretto. Would Bailey's turn solid if shaken up enough? Mate, add it in your coffee. That's what we used to do in the army. Henry Westerns. Yeah, nice, bit dry. Hot whiskey on a cold night. Irish coffee.
Yeah.
Can't beat an Irish coffee.
Yeah, I'm really fussy with whiskies because if I drink cheap whiskey, I turn into a bit of a prick. Turn into more of a prick.
See, I do like a good whiskey, but to get something that don't do my guts in, it's got to be expensive. And yeah, I've
but
definitely got something. Go on.
Cheap house doubles, nah.
Yeah, I've definitely got another charity one planned for next year. Well, I say planned. I'm doing another multi-day charity hike next year, or charity something next year. Yeah, it will happen when it happens, probably around about the same time. And the answer was an Italian waiter.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Paul Messer's bioethanol and ginger ale.
Nice.
Yeah. No wonder you keep buying them bleeding expensive tents if you're drinking that.
You can't see the prices, that's why. Gone blind.
Meth's not.
Yeah, Bailey's Espresso. And anything boozy and coffee is awesome.
We're pretty much all caught up. So what we covered so far: deadly animals, Gemma Collins falling over, stoves. We always talk about stoves, don't we? What's your favourite method of cooking?
Campfire.
John?
Probably campfire as well.
Can't hear you.
Why not?
Still can't hear you.
I can hear him.
Can't hear Bruce either.
Oh, you've broken something. I can hear John.
You've broken it.
My headphones have died.
Oh.
Again.
Oh. Right, guys. So when Nobby comes back, can everyone tell him how fat he is?
Yeah.
Make loads of fat jokes.
Tell him to put on his dress as well.
Yeah. And how his beard covers his chins.
Got a lovely new dress with a hood, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs a couple of coconuts with that. So he can walk along going, brave Sir Nobby, clop, 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 clop. It just looks like something out of Monty Python. I've got the blankets upstairs that I bought to make one of those bushcraft cape things, and I'm just like, nah. I don't want to be that.
Make one of his dresses, yeah.
Yeah. Do I make myself a bushcraft dress? No. Definitely not. They are lovely and warm, but I'll stick with a woolly jumper.
The reason why he's not got it on now is because it'll be too warm in it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't.
And yes, I would be too warm in it.
Snobby Collins gone.
Oh. Right, where are we?
Campfire
That
best Laura.
that bushcraft dress was bleeding awesome, and I'm going to get one that ain't quite so baby shit green and make another one.
Yeah, the dog.
Try and dye it.
No, I bought it like that.
No, but can you try and dye it?
Yeah,
I could do.
Dye wool really easy.
Like when you,
or I could wear a green dress.
Try to dye that waterproof jacket that you love.
Oh, I do love that. I'll take it everywhere with me.
I know you
Best
do.
jacket
Yeah.
in the world.
You want to avoid you as much as possible if anyone ever saw you.
I look like forensics team.
Absolutely terrifying jacket.
Yeah, you can get them in green, but they're really hard to get in the decent sizes.
And yes, I definitely have gained weight. Thank you very much, boys, for setting me up for that fucker.
Diet or diet.
See, it all comes back when you get the ones where people say, "Oh, you put on weight," and some fucker just puts up there, "Welcome back, fatty."
His blood type is Frey Bentos. Nice.
Just going back to normality a touch here. Just with the stove thing, I have recently bought a BCB fold-up Dragon Fuel stove. I've had a knockoff version. I've used it a couple of times, but someone recommended just getting one of these. They're a bit better. I'm still yet to try it, but from using the knockoff one, it's so basic. It works so well. I just feel like that's something I'm probably going to use a lot more, especially over winter where I'm not relying on gas being too cold and stuff.
Yeah, but the gel, you can have the same issue.
Even the fuel blocks.
Not so much the fuel blocks. They can be a nightmare to light.
Just keep them in your pocket. Keep them in your pocket. Don't put them in your bag. And then your body temperature will warm them up a little bit, give you that extra few degrees to light. Here's
a question for you. In terms of filming in winter, do you look after your batteries in a different way? I don't mean your bollocks either.
No, yeah. So like power banks and that, I tend to keep them in my inside pocket, keep them warmer.
You keep them on your body, yeah, because that's something I've just.
The worst one is the lithium polymers, the lipo batteries. They're shite. As soon as it gets below 5 degrees, that's it, dead.
Right.
They're really bad. I think it's like 5 degrees or -5. There was a load of cheap chargers came out, and everyone was buying them at one point, and then took them out to the woods, and then dead, absolutely dead. So
I've never looked after a single bit of kit ever.
No.
Yeah, but with a gas can or something, if you keep it in your sleeping bag, you can roll over onto it and break your spine. But you can make coffee in the morning. But I've never struggled to light a gas stove in the morning. But I think modern gas, it comes, was it 60% butane and 40% propane?
Yeah, most of them are at least a bit of a mix now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the propane that helps it. But butane is shite. Butane is really lazy. But yeah. But mess can be really hard. If it's warm, it'll evaporate a bit because it's the evaporation that catches when you're trying to light it. So if it's a tiny bit warm, that'll help. So yeah. Oh, hexi blocks, they're disgusting. Just smell like dog piss. Oh, 8 years old and absolutely useless. Yeah, good propane mix had working at -6. Yeah. What's he up to? How fat his fingers are. Oh, Nobby's muted.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, God for that. We're still live. That's all right. He'll be back.
Right, now the show's about to start.
Yeah, good. Right, now we got rid of him. Master of technology. Yeah. So let's hijack the show.
Does that mean his battery's dead on his laptop or whatever?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. We're still live. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So, are you getting any camps squeezed in before Christmas, or are you done now?
Yeah, I'm up. Well, I had one cancelled on Monday, Bit gutting, but it was basically down to weather. It's going to be completely raining the entire time. And I was meant to be doing it with an old friend. But it got cancelled because it was up in the hill near a tarn, and it would be a case of just sitting in our bloody tents the entire time, and we just didn't see the point. So next week, I'm off work as of tomorrow. I've got a couple of days free next week, and hopefully I'll just pick the one that's got the best weather and try and get out there, because I've not actually done a camping video since I kicked in a cave, and that was like at least three weeks ago.
Oh,
so yeah, I need to get some. Feel like I need to get out there and just, especially before Christmas anyway.
Yeah. Well,
you said Saturday, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to try. Well, Glenn, who's in the chat, it's down to whether he can get his car MOT'd. We might go out. Well, I won't get there till late on Friday because I've got to go see Wonder Woman at the cinema with my wife.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, great.
What? What's wrong with Wonder Woman?
Where did you get to, Nobby?
Yeah, where'd you get
to? Mate, don't. Right, AirPods, that's 2 streams in a row now. They've packed up right in the last. Now, I charged them for hours before I came on.
It's because they're shy.
You get a 2-hour limit. They're really good, actually, mate, to be fair. No, I weren't born on the Isle of Wight. Sorry, what was you talking about? Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's amazing.
Before that. Camps.
Yeah, just got any camps planned before Christmas, that was all.
I reckon so, as I say. I might whip out this weekend if the weather's good. Might not. Might whip out between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
This looks like University Challenge convicts.
All right, so the Woods of Wisdom says definitely a go. He's got his battery charged for his new camp bed. So those who don't know, Woods of Wisdom had a problem with his lungs. His diaphragm stopped working, so now he has to have a breathing mask on when he sleeps, and he's got an oxygen machine. But obviously that stops him from doing all his camping, so he's managed to rig it up to a 12-volt battery, so now he can hammock camp and take his kit out with him, which is pretty cool.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, Paul just asked me if I nipped to the kebab shop. I did, mate, but there was no one there because he's in the stream. Is he doing some wild swimming in the stream? Right, we are coming up to 2 hours, gents, and we don't want to bore people too much. So if afterwards, mate, if you want to hang around for 5 minutes just in the chat, I'll get rid of your stream. Basically, say what you've got to say and get the fuck out. John.
Nobby, put your dress on before we go.
It's too hot for that shit, mate. It's seriously too hot for that shit.
Yeah, go on.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll wear it on my next camp.
He hasn't got his boomerang there to put his belt on
with. Just cheers for having us, basically. First time I've done one of these, and it's been a laugh. I've drank more than I was expecting to, but it's been worthwhile.
Punt your channel and all that as well, mate, so people know where to find you. I will figure it out and put it in the...
Lovely stuff. Yeah, it's just a case of searching JRP Outdoors. I've got a variety of different stuff. I am wanting to get a lot more camping stuff on there at the minute. I've got a lot more camping stuff before. Just have a little search back and stuff. But yeah, I love the filmmaking side of it. I'm very much more trying to develop a nice image for you guys who watch the videos. Take a drone out. I've got a nice camera, but it all depends on the weather, whether I use it or not. But at the same time, I try to keep things varied. So yeah, give us a little search if you're interested in watching my content.
Yeah, no, some proper pretty videos you do. Nobby's got a drone as well. He's just never used it.
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Anyway, John, if you hang about for 5 minutes, mate, we'll have a little chat before Scoot, if you're all right with that.
Yeah, of course, man. No worries. Thank you.
Happy days. Sutcliffe out. So, I can see him in a little box down below. Look, we can proper take the piss out of him. Just watch his reaction.
Oh.
Go on, Bruce. So what you got to say? Get the fuck out.
Okay, then. See you later, guys. Thanks for putting up with me again. And I'm off. Bye.
No, all right. Don't want to pump your channel at all?
No, everyone knows Wild Ginger Bruce. No one comments or watches my stuff anyway, so I've given up really. Might as well shoot
Right.
myself. See you later, guys.
On that happy note, ta-ra. Right, guys, thanks very much for popping around tonight. Really good to see everyone having a laugh and a crack in the chat. Thanks for abusing the guests and myself. It is most appreciated. Yeah, like, subscribe, share. Share any of my videos you watch and any of those guys' videos you watch. It's the best thing you can do to help. So until next time, thank you all for coming along, and ta-ra.